All right, yesterday, we found ourselves a bit perplexed when we asked, who is the face of Detroit sports right now? Because, to be honest with you, we don't really have any superstars. We have guys who think may be superstars, guys who were superstars, but no one's a superstar right now. To you, Uncle T, who is the face of Detroit athletics, professional athletics?
That's an easy one.
Okay.
He's only been here for about 15, 20 minutes. It's Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham, the number 1 pick. Cade Cunningham, who's come in here and embraced Detroit outwardly. A lot of dudes just come here and just, okay, I want to get paid. Where's my paycheck? I'll try to do the best I can.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll talk to y'all out there. The Cade Cunningham was like, okay, this is my city. He studied Detroit. People, a lot of athletes
culture.
They don't know shit. They've been in Detroit for 3-4 years and still don't know shit about Detroit. Cade Cunningham was like, let me get the book, Detroit 101. He read it. Probably read it again. Knew what was happening. He knew stuff I didn't even know. So that's a guy saying, I'm going to become one of you. And I understand where y'all are coming from. I like the fact that people don't respect you, but they're going to respect you in a few years.
I love it.
So when a guy does that, he becomes face. Now, if he can't play, he'll lose that title. But for right now, he is the face of Detroit. When you look at the other athletes, there's no one on the wings. I mean, I guess you could say Dylan Larkin because he's from here, but they're losing.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions, it was Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
He's gone. Jared
Even
Goff
then, he
hasn't
wasn't even like a
played
big
yet.
star either. You know. Even then, he wasn't like a big star either because he never really spoke up or spoke true opinions.
Right.
Yeah.
And but he was the face because he's the Lions quarterback. And he wasn't a disaster here. He didn't accomplish what he wanted to, and not what people wanted to see him accomplish. But I'm going to attribute that to it's the Detroit Lions. I don't care who you are. It's going to be hard to elevate this team to stardom under the previous regime. I think now they finally got it right. They're finally a real organization, but this organization has been so pathetic. You got a lot to pull onto and try to elevate to a competitive level.
You don't take argument, though, or issue with the fact that he hasn't even stepped foot on court yet?
No,
because you have Miggy. I see in the comment section here. You have Miggy, who's former MVP of his league.
Okay, here's Miggy's problem. Miggy has had some problems. He got into the scuffle in Florida. He got into a battle with some kid at a bar in Birmingham.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Miggy does not speak fluent English. He's not quoted, for instance, in the media. The media kind of picks and chooses who they're going to make the face of that franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
So every game back in the day, they go to Brandon Inge because Brandon Inge and they go to Torrey Hunter. They would not go to Miguel Cabrera because they didn't understand Spanish, and sometimes Miggy didn't understand them. So he was quoted few and far between. For instance, right now, what's the biggest story in Detroit? Miggy might hit 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. You know what you don't see? Miguel Cabrera quotes.
That's a great point.
And if you do, it's like the third or fourth quote in the story. Or if you see it on TV, it's A.J. Hinch talking about it, or one of his teammates talking about it. It's not Miguel Cabrera.
Now, is that like, can that be on Detroit media a little bit? Because I feel like we should be hyping this up a little bit more. And even when he won the Triple Crown, like, we don't have people who are fluent in Spanish and English to like kind of translate that, or
it is on the media.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times when I was covering the Tigers, I knew interviewing Miguel Cabrera was going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I would do it anyway. And sometimes I'd have to go to him 2 or 3 times to get a good interview. And sometimes he didn't trust dudes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a little busy today. Now, I'll tell you one time, I thought Miguel was blowing me off. I wanted to talk to him prior to a game. I think it was against Toronto or something. So I said, can we talk before the game? He said yes. He didn't show up.
Damn.
So I'm like, okay. I'm one of those dudes he's blowing off. So I was a little bit pissed. After the game, he tells me, come over here. He said he apologized for not showing up. It was some family stuff, and he got to the ballpark later than he wanted to. Can we do the interview now? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But sometimes he wouldn't talk. There's certain dudes he wouldn't talk to.
Like, no hablos inglés.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. He just, I don't have time today.
What's up, Art?
I'm going to steal Kennedy's pick for the face of Detroit. And let me preface this by saying that, sure, the man's been injured, but in his previous years, he's put up 21 goals and for each year playing with the Wings. And I love the kid's energy. Tyler Bertuzzi. I think that if he can get through, and he already got through the back surgery and everything, but if he could perform like what he's capable of, I think he could very easily beat out Larkin. I mean, sure, everybody looks at Larkin as the captain, and I get that, but I think he's got a promising future. He's been in the league for a couple of years now. He's undergone the surgeries. He's dealt with the injuries, but that's my vote for the new face of Detroit.
That is possible, but I would say this: a lot of people don't know who Tyler Bertuzzi is.
That's the problem too. That's what, like, you look at the kid. I mean, just look at him. He looks like a hocky player.
Yep.
He looks like a damn savage.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He does.
there's another picture. I'll see if I can find.
He
He's got a
looks like a
black
hockey
eye.
player.
Like that dude's ready to fuck shit
I
up.
don't understand how he's so slept on too, given that his uncle is an absolute legend.
Right.
Like, he's got such a name to live up to, and it's like his uncle was here.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that he slept on, per se. I think hockey is slept on.
Hockey is slept on. It
Yeah.
pisses me off.
Yeah. Another thing, his uncle, they didn't want him here originally
So stupid.
because he had some very bad incidents. You know, he was putting people in the hospital, so it's like, don't bring this clown here.
So
But then when he came here, okay, that's our clown now.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's how we do.
I'm actually really good friends with his daughter, Jaden.
Weird flex, but
and
okay. I'm joking.
She's like, we're still like banned from Colorado. Like the Bertuzzis are.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
From
Damn.
like the state of or something. I'm like, they're not welcome there. And I'm like, that's iconic as hell.
That
That's
is
how
iconic.
you know you are a freaking awesome hockey player, because you were slamming hose into those boards, or not into the boards.
I think that one of the best decisions that Yzerman has made is signing him to a 2-year extension, though. Like, honestly, like, he sees promise in the kid. The kid's, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Again, he hasn't been around for that long and been a professional for that long, but hopefully he's gotten the injuries out of the way, because I think he could be a star player with what Yzerman's doing with, you know, the realigning of the stars and bringing people in. Keeping Bertuzzi on was a good idea.
I look at like the short ice time that he got last year, and I think he had like 9 points or 7 points
Yeah,
in the
9
season.
points, 6 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like he's definitely promising. And Harrison in the chat on YouTube says he also has beautiful eyes. You're not gonna lie. So, you know, it's between Harrison and Bertuzzi to figure that one out. They're kind of cockeyed when you stare at him for a long time. but,
We're
you know,
talking about the face of the city.
it's Cade.
The Red Wings have had some great players over the league.
No, but bullshit, I gotta stop you though. Why are we talking about somebody who literally hasn't played a single, and not a single professional game, and we're like, it's Cade Cunningham!
Thank
It's
you.
Cade
Okay,
Cunningham!
I'll
This
tell
is-
you why. I'll tell you why.
Same why you're driving that limo. 10
Right.
and 7 before they touch the field.
No. That's different though, because
Now, I'll
these
tell you
guys are
why.
playing in
Do
the
you know
league.
who's going to make the money? You know, in college sports, they've got it so now that college athletes can make money. A lot of the top players are not going to make the money. It's going to be, I got 5 million on Instagram, or I can break dance. Those are the guys that are going to make the money.
Yeah.
I can break
No,
that.
So
that's
it's
actually
not-
super true.
Huh?
That's true.
Right.
I've been saying that. Like, these guys that aren't even seeing the court, the field, whatever, are gonna find other ways to capitalize. Cause like during the Final Four in March Madness, I was following this kid from Michigan basketball actually, and he just has this TikTok account with him and his girlfriend. I don't ever think I saw him on the court, but that was like one of the only names I knew on Michigan basketball's team.
Right. So, us hardcore sports people are not going to dictate who's going to be the face of a city. It's going to be those young guys out there. Cade Cunningham doesn't have to play yet. What Cade Cunningham did, he came in, masterful PR job. I love Detroit, which you don't get from athletes a lot of times. I love the city. I'm one of y'all. I'm wearing your stuff already. So, Detroit, all you got to do is show that you love us, and we will follow you.
Here's
What
a great
happens
point.
on the court is secondary.
But here's what I see happening. I mean, could you imagine the crash? The crash that happens if Cade doesn't perform. I mean, listen, we've watched the highlight tapes. We've watched, what he's capable of. Casey's been very on him. Weaver's been very on him. But the thing is you can't be a face of a city when you haven't played a professional year. I say give it a year before we give him that stamp.
I think David Schultz in the chat hit it right in the button. He said, and this is exactly what Terry said too. Cade has jumped in and embraced the city. No one else in any sport right now has done that. No one's embraced the culture of Detroit
let me ask you this.
across all four
what
sports.
Percentage chance do you think Cade Cunningham could fail here?
Slight.
I say there's 1 to 2%.
Yeah, exactly. It's low.
But what does it say to our city as a whole that our number one guy that we're like he's the face of Detroit?
We're down bad.
But listen, the fact that there's no one else, we've got all these professional teams. It's all within the city limits. We're so bad.
Who do you like personally as an athlete in Detroit? That you say,
Obviously,
what? I pay money to go see this guy play.
I like Bertuzzi. I like Larkin. But again, there's not a whole lot. Hawkinson, I think Hawkinson has progress. Was he phenomenal last year and above and beyond? No. But when you have players like Ragnow and you have players like Hawkinson, you have these players that are coming in that are performing. I have to give them credit. I wouldn't give them the face of the city. I think if anybody's the face of the city, but again, they haven't performed, you got to give it to somebody like Campbell. But again, he hasn't performed as a coach yet, so we don't know. I feel like the face has to be a question mark.
I could see Dan Campbell. I could see people right now saying Dan Campbell's the face of the city.
Absolutely.
Because of his press conferences, because of his personality. He could be.
Yeah.
But that's like saying to me, oh, give me the world's best kicker award, and I can't fucking kick a 35-yard field goal.
But
and
we don't care about kickers.
Whoa.
Jack Fox is a good guy.
You made
all right?
that kick.
I appreciate that.
Blasted through the upright.
But here's the thing. When people talk and we haven't seen him perform yet, I'm sorry. I think it's blank right now. It's a question mark.
That's not Detroit. That's our new society. That's the way society is. And I tell you what, one of the best hockey players I ever saw play was Nick Lidstrom. Mm-hmm. And guess what? There was no way he could ever be the face of the city because he was too quiet. Half the people thought his name was Nick Lindstrom.
That's what I thought it was.
Right.
How you say it? What's the proper way?
It's Lidstrom. Lidstro.
Lidstrom.
And he was a boring guy.
But here's the thing. I think you could be a great promoter of a new city that you're coming into. I love that. I'm not discrediting Cade for doing that. To put the buffs on and embrace the city as he has. Big Sean showing him love. I think that's great. But regardless, it's a question mark. We haven't seen him perform yet.
I think Terry hit the nail on the head when he said the media chooses. Because it is like when you think of Detroit sports right now, Dan Campbell's one who's always making national headlines. Cade Cunningham, also another guy making national headlines. He's the number 1 overall pick. It really is who the media is broadcasting to us and pushing in our mouths the same way they do the Cowboys every year, talking about Super Bowl wins and shit.
And you gotta like him. You can't look at him and say, so what?
Exactly.
But if the public likes him, and for the most part, if they produce, Cade Cunningham, under normal circumstances, could not be the face of Detroit yet. The reason he can be is that it's also a testament of how bad the other teams are.
Yeah.
I'll throw this question. Who out there on Detroit sports team would you pay money to go see?
Cade Cunningham.
Who else?
Dan Campbell. 1 and 2.
Okay, that's
it.
That's all I
me.
need to hear.
We got people throwing up gang signs all around the studio, so I guess that means we got to go to break.
Gang.
Gang. When we come back, I want to ask Uncle T, you're rough on my Lions, but I know you're also from the area. I want to know what happened to you as a fan. And we'll get to that after this brief break. We're sports.